Okay, I should be back. I was accidentally streaming at twice the allowed bitrate. Whoops. When I set up my OBS to local record for making GIFs, I crank up the bitrate to get a slightly better image. And this music is Windswept. It's just a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like Celtic folk. He makes his own music. 6C. Is that a game or music? Oh. I could try it. I don't play many shooters though, except for Overwatch. You may have noticed from my extensive library of animated Overwatch characters. I play on PC. Oh, that's a butt. I have not played on the PTR. I have seen, I saw the BlizzCon announcement. I have not played her yet. Except I'm not exactly the greatest of aimer, so I probably won't play her much anyways. You'll never guess who my main is. Hint, I have like 4 wallpapers of her. No. Brig. Oh yeah, I do have a lot of Mercy. I didn't think about that. That hint wasn't as obvious as I thought it would be. Brig. She's so fun. Nothing is more fun than one-shotting a tracer with a Brig combo. That is literally, it brings joy to my life. Just shitting on some asshole tracer player. Yeah, sure. So I play. I've owned Overwatch since it came out. I have never once queued competitive. I only play quick play because I'm casual. Oh shit, she does too? Okay, that might be fun. Yeah, I've only seen Ashe. I've never played her on the PTR or anything. Okay, masking is done. So I'm gonna make a copy of that so I can reuse this mask later when I import the questionable versions of this image. So I can just remake her cut out again. Oh, I have to put her hair back. Shit. Disable. So some of her little hair strands get chopped off because what looks good. Oh shit, I forgot to change her face. 1 second, I have to make a modification. I want her... She has 2 faces. Dandon made 2 faces. One of them is this, like, neutral face, and one of them is like a smiley face, and I want the smiley face. Where is my folder? I'm not showing this, am I? No. Okay, good. You don't get to see this. Jill 2. Smiley face. Okay, so we line up these layers. We Control-Alt-G to make a clipping mask. We invert that mask. And then we paint on smiley face. redo that one. She has a smiley face. Yeah, and there's multiple ways you can cut it out. Like, I can actually just show you. I'll drag another copy in. So you can do stuff like quick select tool, or like this. You know, you could do something like, and then cut this out as soon as it wants to load. Like, I'm not going to do it a perfect example, but you could do that, and it'll get you like this result, which is pretty good. But you can't control it perfectly, and it's like uneven. The only way to get a good cut is with the pen tool, and it's really annoying because it takes forever. Like, this literally has taken me 45 minutes, and I'm just finishing it now. And this is only one, well, I don't have to actually cut out the other characters, I can just kind of import them into this and then use the same clipping mask, or layer mask. I forget what I was doing. Oh, hair. So I need hair. Do this color. Disable. Well, like, I guess digital art in general. So like this part is nice for me. Like, I like doing this. It's, I don't know if it's relaxing, but I enjoy the process of doing this. Go, stop doing that. Where is that? This is here. I don't know where this exists. Okay, it's on this layer. But that's kind of the main difference between like a wallpaper that I make. What is going on with her head? Okay, that's not good. Because a wallpaper I make, this one probably won't take that long. I kind of went out of my way and I have the background I want to use. I have an idea of what I want to do for like the foreground element, I guess you'd call it. The background is this. So it's not color corrected yet. But these hands, the zombie hands, are going to kind of come in from the sides of the screen. Kind of like how it looks on her image. It'll look kind of like this. Except they'll be kind of moving a little bit and interactive, and you can like push them around and stuff. Kind of like my other wallpapers. That's the general plan right now. Yeah, I actually I've never played a Resident Evil game, so I have no idea where this is from, or if it's appropriate, or what. But that's what we're going with right now. I just have to cut out Jill, and then I can position her and make her line up, and make the perspective look correct, and then color correct everything. And then once all that's done, I can import everything into the wallpaper engine. So I need to fix her hair, make a color layer, clipping mask. Why is it not clipping mask? That's not what I want. Mansion from Resident Evil 1. Oh, good. Is Jill from... I know she's, like, prominent in the series. I just have no idea. Is she in, like, every game, or is she from the early games? She's from the... Okay. Oh, so it is appropriate then. That's awesome. That was completely random. Shit, that's gonna bother me. I'm just gonna cut that out, actually. Resident Evil 3. Okay. I find it looks a lot like Lara Croft. Sort of. I guess all female action heroes kind of look like this, though. Well, I mean, there's only so much you can do with a crop top and jean shorts, so I don't blame them. Alright, that goes on top. We go to a very small brush size, and we draw her hair back in. That's what I'm doing right now. If I turn this back on, delete this path. Wow, that's very small. I have to use a bigger thing. But I'm drawing the strands of hair back in that I cut off. Probably don't have to, but it helps a little bit. That'll do. Let's try that again. Alright, that should be enough of those. Now we hide that, and I'm going to make a couple actually, I need to see that. I'm going to make a couple copies of these so they stand out more. Yo, Camel, don't question it. It's Jill from Resident Evil. I don't get to choose her skin color, okay? Where'd the other hair strands go? I can't even see them over here. Whatever. Merge these. Oops. Merge these. Put these below. Now I'm gonna merge everything together. Oh, wait. Missed a step. Merge these two together. And select. Nope, I need to highlight her first. So to fix the edge, we're going to give an inner glow of 1 pixel of a dark color, and then set it to multiply. And what that's going to do is give this there already is an edge around the image, but any part where I cut too far into it, or came too far out, or that part didn't exist, is going to get slightly darkened. It's not quite big enough. We'll go 2 pixels. Then once that's done, merge it again so it's actually part of the image. Select the image. Contract the selection by 1 pixel, invert the selection, and filter blur. Blur the edge. If you don't blur the edge, when you import it into Wallpaper Engine, it'll have this white line in some weird parts. Oh. And I also need to cut off her arm. Which actually means I need to unblur her, because I'll do that part after. Oops. Yeah, so, are you still here, Camel? Yeah, okay, so this is this is the day where I guess you get to learn about my hobby that I've been doing outside of PoE. I make wallpapers in a program called Wallpaper Engine. I guess you saw some of the other stuff, but most of them feature mostly naked girls. Yeah, no nudity on the stream, because I can't do that on Twitch, but yeah, essentially I make lewd wallpapers. So there will be this same exact image. Well, there's a butt, but she's wearing panties. But eventually she will be naked. Yeah, so for true patriot, Camel is somebody I've known for a while. I used to play World of Warcraft with him and play. Okay. So yeah, he didn't. I don't think he knew about this little hobby. All right, so we separate her arm by duplicating the layer. Fill this with black to make it invisible. Duplicate this. Why is that quick masking? I don't know. Delete and invert. Why is it? No, shut off quick mask. Go back. Oh, I did tell. Well, I know I told you I made wallpapers. I don't know if you ever. Oh, maybe I did tell you that. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But this is one of them, and this is the process in making them. So now we make a backup copy of this, just in case I do anything stupid. Apply layer mask. So now we have her arm on a separate layer. I need to fix it. So we're going to smudge tool. Hey, they're pretty popular. Well, they're somewhat popular. I wish there was a way to know how many followers, like, the average person had, right? Does that make sense? So all I need to do is make imaginary stuff, like on Steam, to see how, like, actually popular somebody is. I don't have any way of knowing. Like, I have a decent amount of followers. Okay, so all I'm doing is smudging her arm behind her body so that it can move and the layers won't misalign. Okay, save. Oh, actually, I need to bring that up, but you're not supposed to see that screen. Shit. Save as Jill. Dest. Resident Evil. Where'd my Resident Evil folder go? Okay, so she's essentially... Oh, I forgot. I have to redo the... Does she already have... Yes, I just need to blur her again. Select, modify, contract, 1. Invert. I need... Oh, for just... Is it like a group thing? That was Ziz's thing, right? Do we have to, like, buy in somehow? Oh, that's fine. It'll be like $1. I can I can afford to pay. What is this? Oh, this is her hair. Okay, so merge this layer and this layer together. Okay, yeah, I'll probably be playing. And we drop her into here. Convert it to a smart object so I don't break anything. Make a backup copy so I don't break anything. Scale her down. Isn't it already no stash? That's gonna be hard. Okay, so we hide these. How do I fix this? Okay, so there's a few things you have to do. First and foremost, things have to match light-wise, which is something not a lot of people do. But these are actually pretty close. It's a fairly well-lit background and a fairly well-lit foreground. Oh my god, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be really hard, by the way. So we're going to white balance it. And this is the quick and easy way to white balance something. Create a layer. Fill it with 50% gray. Set it to difference. A black pixel is exactly gray. So we need to find a black pixel, mark it, unhide this layer, create a curves adjustment layer, select the gray selection tool, and click on the gray button. So now it is, basically all I did was make it slightly more red, but this is quote unquote correctly white balanced for a camera. I don't actually like it like this though, but we're going to work from here. And we're going to add a color lookup. Technically, I don't design any of the nipples. I just use other people's nipples and cut them out and put them in wallpapers. Alright, I don't know how loud the music is on your guys' end, but it's really loud on my end, so I'm turning it down. I think I have 203 wallpapers, and I think there are 4 of them that don't contain a girl. But some of them contain multiple, so I don't know, there's probably quite a few. Alright, so the background I'm not going to mess with much. So another little cheat is to make everything look similar. Actually, I don't actually like this white balance. I like her skin tone the other color, so I'm going to just ignore it. If you make, instead of trying to make everything look like the other, instead of trying to make her look like the background, yeah, exactly. You can make both things look like the same thing. So that's what a color lookup is. It's going to apply an effect to both the character and the background. And I want this to kind of look like nighttime. I think there's one in here that's nighttime. I think it's this one. Oh, no, it's this one. Horror blue. So that just, it's kind of like you're faking color matching, if that makes sense. So I'm not actually color matching anything. applying the same effect to both things, which simulates it, sort of. And we'll make it a little darker, so it's Resident Evil-y. Brighten the highlights. No, that's about it. That might be too dark. I don't know about this. I'm gonna look at the rest of them. No, I think I like horror blue the best. Okay. So now the hands. I kind of want them to have their own thing, so that they stick out just a little bit. So we'll clipping mask. So I don't know how many, I'll just explain it for people who don't use Photoshop. Anything above these effects applies globally downwards, but this little arrow here is called a clipping mask, and it means this layer only affects this. So these hands are going to get affected by both of these and this one, but every one of these are only going to be affected by these two. So now I can change this and it'll make the hands slightly different. Ooh, I like that. Basically, I'm trying to match disable layer mask. I'm trying to match these hands, so they're kind of like a grayish something. I don't want green. Ooh, I might do that soft warming. Yeah, I think that was the best one. So this is like the fast and easy way to do it. So I have a background, I have the hands. Okay, so I don't actually need these hands. What I have to do now is unclipping max this, take these three layers, and import them into the hand spread. So this is actually good to go. Oh, I need these on, I need this off, I need the background off, this off. So we'll save her arm. Jill arm. Save Jill. Jill quality nsfw. Don't worry about that. And the background. I'll just make it a bit smaller. Those parts are going to get cut off anyways. BG. Oh shit, I didn't have this turned on. Shit, did I have that turned on Jill? Open. Somebody's calling me. Go away, there are important things happening. Jill, Resident Evil. Fuck, no I didn't. God damn it. Okay, let's start this process again. Save as, background. Replace. Why does it take so long to save? Save as arm. The worst part about this is the arm, I can't show it to you, but the arm on the naked version of this actually extends past because she's not wearing a shirt. So it would actually just save me a lot of time to just use that arm instead of cutting out this arm. But hey, I'll just do it twice. She's very blue. Whatever. Save as Jill. Save. Okay. We need hands. File. Save. And sprite sheet. Where'd my notepad go? Ooh. Oh, that's not notepad. So in case you're wondering, I'm just saving things in here. Sprite sheets for 91012.5. Those are the dimensions of the image so that I can remember them. Is it the clicking or the monotonous droning sound of my voice? I feel like I sound like Kermit the Frog, but I don't know. Alright, so that's done. Resident Evil, that should be done. Jill Valentine, that's done. I will continue that after stream. See, my problem is I like watching streams, so it's weird for me to have like music play. I don't sit and play music normally. I normally have a stream going, but I don't want to restream a stream sound. You can get in trouble for that, so whatever. Jill Valentine. Okay. Please don't pop up anything weird. Ooh, good. Resident Evil. Okay, so we got background. Yeah, I honestly thought about setting up virtual audio cables so that I could have a stream of somebody else going that I can hear, but you guys can't hear it, so I could be entertained and then just mute the music on my side. But I don't really want to do that. Import all of these. Now we have to make the background bigger. Does that look like it looks correct? Put that over there a little bit. Make her bigger. Actually, I don't want her bigger, I want her lower. That was a mistake. Fuck, I do need her bigger though. Her legs are very close to the bottom of the screen and I can't do much with it. But whatever. Okay, so we're gonna separate scenes. I don't know if that works with audio. But maybe. So we're gonna import the sprite sheet that I made for the hands. You would think I would... Oh, I did write it down. 449. 1012. 4 frames. So if you're ever doing this in Wallpaper Engine, the frame counter starts indexing at 0. So I have 5 frames, so I need to load 4 frames. If you load 5 frames, it will generate an invisible frame at the end, or at the start, I'm not sure. And it will show that sometimes it will just show a blank. It took me 2 months to figure out that. But you always, so frames is 1 less than the number of frames you have. So now there are hands. And we're going to make them translucent. And scene sequence random frame. And I want to delete all of this shit. And we need a sprite. And we need a sphere random. I want them to always spawn in the same place. I want them to be one of them. Oh shit, do I want one of them? We'll see. Probably. Max count 1. Give it a size of 1,000. Give it a lifetime of... For testing, we'll go with 10. So now we have a hand, and it's going to spawn a hand. And every time it respawns the particle, it will choose a different hand. It should choose a different... Why is it choosing the same hand? Okay, so random chance. Hello, Sketchy. I am building a wallpaper. Size, crank this down a little bit, and make them variable size. What else do I need? I need movement, because they're going to move. And I need... I don't want them to have... I don't want them to actually move, but I do want them to move. And I need change alpha. Is that an operator or initializer? Alpha change. There it is. So from start value of 0, end value of 1, start time of 0, end time, it's going to fade in 0.01. Alpha fade. And then it's going to fade out. Start value. It's going to start time 0.09. Wait, is that the other way around? No, 0.9. End time of 1. So it'll fade in and fade out slightly. And now we need multiple of them. And this one, I'm going to mirror it, so make the X value negative, and it's going the other way around. We'll give them one more over here. And these all pull from the same particle system. Just don't read it, okay? Just ignore your OCD, forehead. This one has to be the other way around too. Shit. Alright, edit this, make the lifetime something like... So now the hands will spawn in, but they're still not doing anything. This might be too dark. Shit. Scene over bright. 0. What was I going to do? Oh, I want to give them movement. So you do that with control point force. I need them to always go back to their position. So you set a threshold that's really huge. The threshold is like the radius of a circle. So the radius of like... I already have a Sakura wallpaper made, but yeah, there are a lot of things that would prevent me from working with a wallpaper, or not a wallpaper, making a wallpaper out of an image. Yeah, if you search on Wallpaper Engine Vell Sakura, she's not naked, but she is questionably positioned. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm very picky with the art style I work with, and there's a lot of Naruto stuff that, for lack of a nice way of saying it, looks like garbage, and I don't want to work with it. Oh, you have that one? Well then. And yeah, so a lot of artists... I wonder if I have an example. Do I have like safe for work examples of stuff? Yeah, it's actually incredibly rare. Or the good stuff, I can't do anything with it because it's like fuck it. I'll try and find it quick. don't know if... No, one of these has to be... You would think for how many hundreds of images I would have one example of something I can't work with. I think my wallpaper engine... Oh, here. Oh, fuck, that's not safe for me. Damn it, that was close. One of these will be applicable. Okay, maybe I can. Well, anyways, people, like, cut off or crop out parts of the character. And if they're cropped out, like, I can fix very minor things, but when it's, you know, an entire arm or, like for example, so Jill, here. This image is cropped right here. I cannot redraw her legs no matter what. I'm not an artist. I cannot fix this. I can hide this, but I can't fix it. If she was also cropped on, like, her hand, that would mean the only place I could put her is right here, and I'm limited to that. And if some artists also crop off, like, the top of her head, then I'm even more so can't do anything. And it just makes things very difficult. So multi-side cropping is basically a no-go art style I'm very, very picky on. It has to be well drawn. I don't want to deal with, like, shitty line work, stuff like that. But yeah, if you do happen to find an image you would like, you're welcome to message me on Steam or on Discord. Well, I can crop. You can always crop more. You can't crop less. So, fuck, maybe I should find an actual example of what I'm trying to explain. Oh, I know who does this. Lang Jing. Now, does he have safe for work stuff? Maybe not. Please don't open up on this motor. Okay, so it does. Alright, so this is an example. Oh, tell me when you're back. Except if you can't hear me, then you'll never be able to tell me when you're back. Feels bad, man. Why is this? Alright, particle system has to fade out much faster. Alpha change. Oh my god. I don't even, like, do anything with this stuff, but, like, the artists themselves, like Dandonfuga or Logan Cure, the people whose art that I use, essentially, they have, like, hundreds of thousands, or not hundreds of thousands, hundreds or thousands of, like, Patreons. Like, it's actually crazy. And then I think people only like my wallpapers because I actually put some sense of effort into them. Most of the stuff you get on the workshop is, like, I don't want to say I couldn't fix what. Well, I mean, I put, like, I like digital art. I liked digital art. Oh, you might not be able to link in Twitch. Do you have me on? Yeah, okay. Do that. Yeah, that's not the kind of art I work with. Some, like, 12-year-old crayon drawing. No, sorry. Fuck, what was I talking about? I got sidetracked. Oh, so I liked digital art before I started. I just don't have the skills to actually like paint things. I can't actually draw. I can manipulate pictures, and I can, you know, I can composite digital art is what I can do. I can't actually make stuff myself. One of these arms is in the wrong position. But yeah, a lot of people just kind of take an image and upload it, which is fine. Like, for example, Lulu Sama, if you know them, they make very high quality stuff. Yeah, I actually have somebody who contacted me who is commissioning a picture and then is going to have me make a wallpaper for them. Because there is no Moira fan art from Overwatch. Like, Moira just doesn't exist. Nobody draws her. Because she's, I don't know. But yeah, that person, they're going to find an artist and commission that artist to draw a picture of Moira so that I can make a wallpaper of it. Which is kind of cool. But, I forget what I was doing. Oh, I was adding movement to the hands. So, control point force. Yo, don't rag on Moira, okay? Moira is actually like my second main. Moira and Brig. Movements. Get one of area. I mean, if you're... Yeah, probably. It's harder... So there's two problems with what you're asking for. The first is that the first problem is that A, she's underage. I don't know if the actress is, but the character portrayed is underage. The second problem is that she's real. So that's a problem because I don't work with underage characters. There are some on the workshop. I do not upload that. Mostly because everything I make is adult content. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of a weird gray area. The actress herself, actually, how old was she when she was portraying Arya? My face when you come to a sudden realization. But yeah, so the second problem is, if I were to make an adult animated wallpaper of her, you can't make adult content of real people on Wallpaper Engine. It's against the terms of service. It has to be drawing or CG. So it does exist on there, but just because it exists doesn't mean it's allowed. It's just it hasn't been reported yet, or that person hasn't been banned yet. But yeah, I mean, if there's a picture of her, I'll make... For non-adult content, I'll probably work with whatever. I'm not going to go out of my way to find weird people. What am I doing? 100 down. So now it has movement, and we'll give it another control point. Bind it to control point 1, which is bound to the mouse. So now the hands will move slightly, and when you mouse over them, they'll get pushed around by your mouse. California burritos. A white-haired anime girl of any sort. Funny enough, so it's a very, very, very old wallpaper. It's like the third one I ever made, but if you go all the way to the last page of my workshop, one of them is literally called, like, Silver-Haired Girl or something like that. And it's garbage. I don't recommend you getting it, but it's a very early wallpaper I had. Yeah. Oh, God. No, don't have that one. Oh yeah, Ash. Yeah, if there just isn't art of Ash yet, or not much of it. I guess I can turn this layer off. It's not actually cutting stuff out. No, I'm assuming, is that weed? Yo, Ash is not ugly. You take that back. She's not Brig level of waifu, but she's, you know. What is it then? I don't know. God, God, I wish I could remember what I was doing for longer than like 10 seconds. Oscillate position. Frequency 2, scale, whatever. That'll do. Oh, that sounds amazing. Except I can't have either burritos or french fries, because keto's fucking garbage. Can I push one of these so it's grabbing her ass? Because that'll be a nice little Easter egg. I mean, what? Oh, I like that picture, actually. So the problem with this... actually, I guess I can show it because it's fine. So this is the girl that Sketchy linked me. So she's cropped on this side, and on this side. So if I were to cut her out, I can't position her anywhere on the screen because there are hard edges. So I could cut out the top, left, and bottom, and then cut along this path, and just pretend that this white cape doesn't exist, and then I could put her somewhere. Or in fact, I could cut out... If I were to use this image, I would probably completely remove this white cape completely. But yeah, so this is one of the things I look for when I'm choosing an image, is it is cut on 3 sides, which means I cannot position her somewhere in the image. So I can't use it. If I was... I might actually end up using that picture, but if I was like just browsing for images to use, that one would get an insta-skip because I can't use it. But I might actually be able to do something with it. And yeah, fuck, I hate keto because it works and it's easy to stick to. But fuck, man. Pizza's so good. Just because I might use that image does not mean it'll get done anytime soon. I think I already have the next 3 wallpapers chosen. Okay. So this is... That looks really fucking bad. So we're gonna add parallax, because it's in all of my wallpapers. Let's influence... Crank that up a little bit. Do I want bloom? Yes. Now we make the background move ever so slightly in the opposite direction. Make her move at like 5. And make all of these move at slightly different amounts. So now we got hand movement. I kind of want to make them smaller though. Size. Okay, so we'll start by... Oh, actually, I'm going to reduce their lifetime too, just by a little bit. And then we can hide all of these, and hide Jill, and start animating things. So I want... What do I want? Probably make the lights glow. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to do in this one. Make the lanterns glow and the lights glow. Yeah, that second image, please don't open. Oh, whew, opened on the right monitor. That would get rejected because I don't like her face, essentially. I'm an asshole, sorry. Keep in mind, if oh, I forgot about this. So this was the other example of cropping. So she's cut. Her leg is cut on this side and both of the bottom, and her bow is cut on the top, the left, and the right. So I cannot cut this character out even if I wanted to. Or if I did, like, I would have to completely remove and fix the bow, and then, like, she would have to be in the bottom left corner, and yeah, it's an image like this is an instant reject. I cannot even potentially work with this. So if you're going to recommend a character, try and have them like within the image. Dude, you have no idea how rare and picky. If I browse 10,000 images, maybe 100 of them will get accepted, and of those 100, maybe 5 of them will actually become wallpapers. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Maybe it's not that bad. Alright, so we're going to add a pulse layer and shut it off. Paint dump, or clear acts as a paint dump, and then I can choose what I want. So I need, oh, that's opacity, oops. Yeah. Alright, see ya. So we're going to add a pulse here. And here. Oh, shit. Why is that so much brighter? Oh, I had 2 layers there. Oops. Okay. Beats in Japan. Oh, wow, so you're 10 o'clock in the morning? I'm pretty sure Japan is exactly 12 hours opposite of me. Or very, maybe that was Korea. Fuck, I don't remember. But that's cool. 11, oh, so you're, yeah, it's pretty close. Alright, so we remove the pulse here. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night here. We'll add another pulse. And remove it again. Oh yeah, you went to BlizzCon. Were you super hyped at the Diablo announcement? Fucking hype. No Diablo? The dream. Alright, these I want them to flicker like candles. So we're going to shut off the pulse and add noise. Noise is the same thing, but it's random. So this is a pulse. On, off. On, off. This is noise. Flicker. Crank it up just a little bit. Diablo 3 is fun if you're not looking to put a lot of time into a game. If you're just trying to play for a little bit, it's not bad. Fuck, I kind of want to shrink that down just a touch. Maybe I can't, because I want it off-center, but I can't actually do anything if it's not centered. Okay, so we have light effects. What else do we want in here? It's inside, so we're going to give it dust. Dust is a light shafts dust. And we want the dust to come towards the camera, so we're going to go box random, enable z-axis movement. So now if we crank up the speed, oh, we also have to enable perspective. Now, some of these dust particles will occasionally, you can't really see it here. If I crank it up way high, then some of them will spawn in the foreground, but you can't see it. Fuck. I'm really bad at making examples of things. Alright, yeah, I'll definitely play it. I'm on Discord usually. So now we have dust particles. What I'm also going to do is duplicate it, cut the particle count in half, and drop it. Oh shit, I need to make a copy. Dust to back. So I have two different particle systems that are both pulling the same particle. I need to change one of them, so I have to make a copy of it. If I don't, it will keep the settings, or both of them will keep the settings. So I'm shutting off everything I just had, and that stuff is going behind Jill. And then there's going to be more dust in front of her that comes. So there's a layer of dust in the back that is flat, and then there's a layer of dust in the foreground that has parallaxing movements on it. So it'll kind of give a 3D-ish effect. What else can I do here? I honestly think that's about it for the background. Let's turn Jill back on. Turn the arms back on. Reposition these so that they make slightly more sense. Can you actually move these all the way? What I don't want to have happen is the way the movement is set up right now, if you're very careful and are very good at moving them, you might be able to actually drag them all the way on, yeah, like this. So fuck, how do you fix that? God damn it. Oh shit. Oh, come back. So we're going to crank up the control point force here to 1200-ish. And that should still be fine. So you should still be able to push them around. But hopefully that'll solve the... You'd have to go out of your way to rock them back and forth and get them actually off screen. Where is this hand? Okay. Save that. We're also going to give it light shafts. 1. Make the opacity very low. Oh, I also need smoke for her gun. I forgot about that. Oh, shit, how am I going to do that? So her hand is going to be moving. Fuck, that's going to be tricky. So we can add smoke. Smoke stream? No, vapor. Give it more rope trails. Maybe less the rope trails. Limit to 1 frame. Okay, well, that's probably as good as it's going to get. And now, the fun part that everybody is probably excited for. Animating the character. Shut off the parallax for now. How do I want her face to move? Why is that wrong? It seems wrong. Up more. There we go. Now she smiles. And I need her eyebrows and eyes. She's not going to blink because it's very, very hard to make a blinking system. It is possible either through sprites or through GIFs or through other things, but yo, that shit's way hard and takes forever, so we're not doing it. That is not covered in Vell 101. Hell, I don't even do that to my normal wallpapers. Change the friction offset and the speed. So now she has subtle facial movement. She smiles and her eyes squint. And they go back and forth, and that's all it does. Just to liven it up a little. Then we add water waves to her hair. That's pretty good. And we remove paint up off everything. Turn it back on where we want it. And then we remove it again from the stuff we don't want it. So her cheek, her face, actually you can turn the mask on so you can see it. Anything that's touching her face needs to not be highlighted. or her shoulder. That can move, that can move. Take it off her eyebrow. Okay, I think that's everything. So now she has hair movement. Oh, fuck me. What is... This is the little line I was talking about. Something. You're never going to see it, and I'm not going to fix it. But this little gray line here, it's because I fucked up. Cutting out the image. Actually, can I just... Chill body, water waves go above. Add opacity mask. This probably isn't going to work, but we're going to try. And surprise, that looks even worse. Okay, so we're going to not do that. Oops. Fuck, I have to turn off the other things first. This goes above, add opacity mask, try that one more time. Would help if I use the right settings. That should work. Are there any other? Fuck, there are. God damn it. I'm so careful, and then it fucking... Nobody's even going to know these are here, but I'm going to know they're here, and they're going to bother me. Now there's a big fucking hole in her head, god damn it. Are there any others? I don't know why they're here. I cut out the character properly. Sometimes it just renders them stupid. Oh, fuck, that's on her arm. Okay, so turn everything back on. What was it doing? Turning everything back on. Boom. So we have face and we have hair. Now I need the top of her head to move less. So we'll increase this. And then I need her arms to move. Fuck, how am I gonna do this? Yeah, this is the actual, I guess you could say the fun part. Probably the only part you're actually interested in. But this is the animation. So I do it in layers. So I want her arm to move a little bit. Fuck, why is there like an outline around her arm? Oh, it's just the highlights. When I zoom way out, it looks like there's a white line and it's bothering me. Okay, so we're doing that. We need her... I need to keep track of these. Right arm. And we're going to speed it up. No, we're not. We're going to slow it down. Oh, her butt's moving. Which means I went too far. And we're going to make her hand move too. So, stop this from moving. This is her face, right? Yeah. Jill, add, shake. We're going to make her hand rotate a little bit. Like that. Is that going to distort her arm? It does. So we're going to blend it out. And then we're going to put that movement above her arm. So now when her arm moves, her hand will also move. That is called a compound movement. Hooray! Now we're also going to make her legs move. I don't know why, but we're going to. Legs. We'll go this way. Wait, it's kind of, yeah, it looks kind of like it's stretching this way. It's supposed to look like she's swinging her arm. I'll go back to it in a second. This is supposed to be like pretend running. Alright, let's try and fix her arm. Because what I need is for her... fuck, how do I fix this? I need to take her shoulder movement down. Because her shoulder shouldn't be moving at all. And then this part goes down. So now it should be more of a this way movement instead of a this way movement. Hopefully. I'll take a little bit more off the shoulder. Her hand is moving the opposite direction. Shake hand. -1. And I need to take more off of this. So you can blend using very, very low values. So it works in a circle, so everything in that everything just outside of that circle will rotate. Because I had it set to rotate when I did it. But you can take away very small amounts and it'll blend, so this will rotate much, much less. So it should mostly just be your hand, and that's kind of what I want. What I could also do is pause these two, add another shake, give it another rotate, but crank it up and make her whole forearm move. Kind of like that. Except now I have to take it away from everything I don't want it. So you can see this orange circle, orange and green circle here. That's everything that has movement. So now I need to take it away from everything I don't want to move. And then take away less, because I don't want to actually completely take it away. I want to very much so reduce it, so that it's only her forearm, what's that called? Not an anatomy major. Okay, and then that is this one, correct? Yes. So arm, for rotation. And that goes below that. Turn these on. Fuck, her arm is moving out way too much. Maybe it goes above. It's like her elbow is moving in the wrong direction. Whatever, it's good enough for now. Her legs are moving. So that's what I would call secondary movements. I don't know, the movements that aren't important to the actual good stuff. They're just kind of like highlights. So you actually won't notice these much. Put her arm in the right place, and we'll add a movement to her other arm. Because the main body movement will be so much more that these small movements shouldn't be that noticeable, hopefully. Well, that's the plan, at least. I don't know if it's going to work like that. It's a little experimental every time. Is her gun moving in a weird way? Yeah, it's distorting. Fuck. It's mostly fixed. Okay, that's good enough for that. And we'll crank that down just a little. And now we can put the full body movement on. This is where we go Monka S, Twitch TOS, please no battery now. I swear it's a safe for work version. She's gonna go this way. And we need to match that. So if you are ever working on these yourself, you can import a set layer mask. So I have, this is full body up, down. So this yellow one here, you can actually just import that into the arm is on its own layer behind, so it's not going to move with the body. But if I import that, it will. What did I change it to? 0.9 and 3. Whoops, 0.03. There, so now it moves the same. I want it to be offset a little bit, so I'm going to change the flow phase to like that. Nope, too far. Okay, and now I have to flow phase her body. So flow phase, if you've seen my, what's it called? Demo thing? Flow phase is how you get the good movement. So we're going to start blending things and making things move at different times. So her hair is moving because it has a water wave that's making it squiggly, and it has an offset animation with flow phase, so it bounces with her movement, and it has its own sideways movement. So it's going to have a third movement as well. I just haven't done that yet. And continue flow phasing. If you're wondering, her arm was put on a different layer, specifically for the reason of if I didn't, it would distort when I made her bounce. So that's why that was done. Make her shirt move a little bit. I can unhide her hand again. Do one more layer. Okay. Now I like to add a second movement so that she's not specifically bobbing up and down. And that's going to be a side-to-side movement. And we'll make it offset by time a little bit. And crank down the amount. We're also going to offset its flow phase by a quarter of the value. So the normal value is 255. If we offset it by 191, instead of moving in a diagonal, she will move in a circle. Except you can't really tell that, you just have to take my word for it. And then we work from there, flow phasing again. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm kind of just stating what I'm doing for the sake of... I don't know, I might upload this to YouTube, even though I don't actually use my YouTube. I basically just made that so I could make the demo videos. Because Twitch VODs delete themselves after, like, 2 weeks, I think. So even doing this on Twitch, in 2 weeks, this won't exist anymore, unless I upload it to YouTube. Well, you've seen most of it. The whole first section was literally just me cutting out the character. Like all of the actual animations were done now. Oh, I need to make her hair bounce again too. But yeah, I'll probably, once this is actually done, I'll probably upload it to YouTube. Fuck, why is her ear moving so much? Because this is the first time I've ever recorded, like, the start to finish. It's been 2 hours since I started this. And when I started it, the only thing I had, well, I had the characters, and I had my background chosen. A lot of times when I start a wallpaper, I won't actually have the background. I'll have to find the background while I'm doing it, or build the background as I'm doing it. So I kind of had half of the prep work done beforehand. Point. But yeah, it can take me easily 4, 6, or 8 hours. And this is a pretty, I don't want to say a tame wallpaper, but it's basically a single layer background, a 2-layer character, and then 1 particle system, and then a few effects. So some of my wallpapers are literally like, here, I'll show you. So this is my wallpaper. I don't know if you're seeing, but in the VOD you'll see it. So this is my wallpaper. It's divination cards from Path of Exile, played as Magic the Gathering. Open. Just so you don't see the project files. That is... I will find it eventually. When you have like 300 projects, it takes a while to find something. Ah, here it is. So that's this wallpaper. And it's like custom-made textures, a whole bunch of systems. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 layers. These are all technically the same layer, but they were all built, so there was 7 additional layers. Everything is set up as like nested particle systems that spawn different things. So this wallpaper took me about 2 months of revisions to make all the art assets and import them and get it set up. But that's probably the most complicated wallpaper I have. And a wallpaper like this, even my normal, like, girl wallpapers are probably anywhere from 10 to 15 layers. And what really gets annoying is I'm not going to add much to her arm, but if I were to, say, split this character in half to do something, like I have a wallpaper where a character is... Oh, no, can I show it? She's in a bikini. I don't know. I won't show it. But the 3D effect wallpaper, the character is cut in half. So you actually have to make 2 copies of the character, because duplicate... Well, in that specific case, it did work, because it's the exact same character. But if you're doing something with 2 different textures, then you have to actually manually copy like all of these effects over to the other one. And you can just, you know, write down all of the things that are in them, but it's still really annoying. So I do need to add the left and right shake. So it adds up. Shit, which one is the left and right shake? Green with dots. But yeah, so it's a lot of work, but it's not really work if you know, I kind of know what I'm doing, and this is my hobby anyways, so it's not exactly, it's not fun for me. I do this anyways. 7, 2.5. Actually, I'll tone it down just a little. So I think her animation is done, and then the zombie hands will come in. Why is this one upside down? Did I change it? I did change it. So now, every couple seconds, new zombie hands will spawn. I want them to be a little darker, though. Okay, let's try it out. Apply wallpaper. So this is what the actual... Why is parallax disabled? Oh, I disabled parallax. Turn on parallax. Apply wallpaper. So I want them... They're off screen a little bit. Photoshop. Don't need Photoshop anymore. Do. Have to get the positioning right. No, they're not pulsating. They're bouncing. Jesus, Camel, pay attention. There's a difference. Because there is a pulsating effect in this program, and I'm not using it, okay? I think that's about it. Oh, I remember what I wanted to do. Yes, boobies. No, it's fine. It was a joke. Instantaneous 1, and I want to increase the lifetime out of testing range. Something like that, maybe. So I think that's it for... Our smoke is in the wrong place. Shit. Good thing I noticed that. 0.5, vapor, 0.5. Okay, I'll try it out one more time. So now, you can jiggle the hand. Do they break if I over parallax? No, I don't think so. Okay, so this one is essentially done, I think. No, I do not have to redo the whole thing. So what I'm going to do, which I obviously can't show you because it's Twitch, but I can show you an example. Jill Valentine. So this is the image we're working with right now. If I were to delete layer mask, so pretend this is a different version of the image. I can actually just take this layer mask and copy it onto this image. And if those images line up perfectly, which they do, I can actually just skip that whole step, and then save out as a different thing. Now I will have to fix some parts of it, like obviously if she's not wearing a shirt, then I'll have to recut this area. So there are minor, like 10 minutes of work that I have to do to fix it. But realistically, I can skip 90% of that work and just make a second texture. And then I come in here, I duplicate the project file, excuse me. I duplicate the project file, rename everything to, or reset, I haven't set any of the settings, but like when I go to publish, this one will be questionable. I'll get all this information later. Game. I'll do the snapshots after too. So once I do all that, I go into the body, and then you can replace the texture by importing. It'll take you here, and for example, I could swap to the hands and just change all of the shakes. All of the movement is still applied to this layer. I just swapped the image. So I can go back and swap it back to her. So I just duplicate the layer and then, duplicate the project. And then on that project, oh fuck, I wish I could show the nsfw stuff on Twitch, because it's kind of cool how to make, actually, you know what? I'll just make a demo. This will be kind of cool. So we're going to make a little fake thingamajig. If you've ever wondered, file save as, because I just found this out recently, and it's kind of important. Well, it's not that important, but it's, if you do this kind of stuff, it's very interesting, and it would benefit from its own, like, demo video. So I'll kind of demo it in here as soon as it, why does it take 10 minutes to save? Jesus Christ. So once I have everything set up, if I wanted to make an X-ray version of this wallpaper, what I do is duplicate this layer, hide the one above. On the one above, I add a blend layer, set it to normal, and import the X-ray layer. It's not going to have, it's not color corrected, so it's going to look different, but essentially I'm doing that. And then for the longest time, so this is an X-ray. For the longest time, I thought you had to choose an image. So this would be like the X-ray. Oh fuck, it's not even going to line up. This is going to be a terrible example, but whatever, it'll still work. I thought you had to choose an image or import an image or do something, but you can actually literally just drag this layer into the X-ray. And it took me, I've been making wallpapers for like a year now, and I literally just found out about this like a week ago. And you can drag this image in, and now obviously they're not lined up. Fuck, it's not even going to show anything. Oh, this blend layer also has to be on top. So the blend means it's, if I were to replace this image, it would replace in both, because these are duplicate copies. So what I'm doing is adding a blend layer to replace the image, but I'm replacing it after the fact. So the image is still the same, there's just a second image overlaid on top of it. And then that goes above everything, so everything else applies to this image. Now you can X-ray to that image, and the X-ray will have movement. I didn't know how to do that for like 9 months, but apparently that's all you have to do. And that'll give you, that's how you animate an X-ray layer. But we don't have to do that, and I'll do that later. Okay. So I think I'm just going to publish this. Get all that dank info. Profile. Workshop. I should probably look up how you spell her name before I... Yeah, and the worst part is that was very clearly explained in a different, not a tutorial, but a on the Wallpaper Engine wiki. There's a bunch of guides, walkthroughs for like things, and there's one walkthrough that has the shimmer effect. If you've seen, I'll just copy that out of chat and take your word for it. One of my wallpapers is the Fireworks Monk. I just released it like last week or something. She has a shine effect that goes up and down the golden parts of her armor. And that was accomplished using a tutorial on the Wallpaper Engine wiki. Just because I wanted to try it out and see how it worked. And in that tutorial, it shows that you can link import layers to a layer. And that's, as far as I can tell, that's not shown anywhere. But as somebody who does what I do, it's very important information. Resident Evil. I put these stupid things in my, what's this called? Title? Because when you search in the wallpaper browser, it picks up everything. So you could search for like Jill Valentine, Vell, or Parallax, or it's kind of like cheating. So I just tag it. I'll have to actually, I'll be replacing that anyways. Do I have Dandon's information somewhere? I do. And then I put this in so I don't look like a complete scumbag freeloader for using another artist's stuff without their permission. So if you are interested in their artwork, give them a look. Shit, I should probably look up where that stupid image came from, shouldn't I? 1 second. I should have noted this down. Oh, found it. Man, I really wish. Can I? There. Okay. No more butts on screen. It's making me uncomfortable. That's done. Sorry. Well, there's still a smaller butt. I don't know. I figure if the only thing on the screen in focus is her butt, I shouldn't probably be doing that. Is that everything? I figured this is probably as well. No, there are some like art streams where people actually draw like hentai, so I think I'm okay. But yeah, this is probably about as questionable as it can get. If I do others, like I could always local record. Fuck, I don't think I could have the NSFW stuff on YouTube either. I was thinking like I could local record and just upload that while I'm recording this, but like obviously I'm done this now. I'm not going to upload it yet. It'll probably be up in the next half an hour or so. I'm going to make the other two versions and correct the preview image because I need all three of them to actually be able to do that. Actually, you know what? I can just publish this now. And then I'll just publish an update later. But yeah, so for me, live stream to Pornhub. Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, there are sites that you can stream whatever you want on. I don't have that set up, obviously, but... So that should be in my workshop now. So I'm going to end stream and end this recording and start downloading it so I can put it on YouTube. And then I'm going to make the other two versions, and they should be up on my workshop in the next little while. And so that's kind of how I make a wallpaper. That's pretty much the entire process. And that was an hour and 20 something minutes. You know, myfreecams/Vell? Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't have a thing. But yeah, I hope that was interesting. Or if anyone watches this. That's how I make a wallpaper. So, thanks for watching. And I do actually have to cut the stream because I want to do those other two things. So, see ya. Where's the end stream button?